7 months after my wife, Hana, died from a sudden heart condition, my 6-year-old daughter Nora found her old piano keychain and sheet music in our piano bench. She sat down at the keys, plunked out the first few notes of the lullaby Hana had sung to her every night, and begged me to let her take piano lessons at the music school where Hana had taught for 10 years. Hana had been a concert pianist, and she'd promised Nora she'd be her first piano teacher. So I enrolled her and showed up to the first lesson with my phone ready to record every note. The whispers started the second I sat down in the recital hall viewing area. I was the only dad there, the only man in a room full of moms, and I could feel their eyes burning into the back of my head as I held up my phone to film Nora. "What's a man doing here alone?" one mom muttered to her friend. "This is a little girl's piano class. It's weird he's here filming." Another mom grabbed her daughter's hand as she walked past me, pulling her close like I was a threat. By the end of the first lesson, four moms had complained to the music school director that a suspicious man was taking photos of the kids. Week 2 got worse. The moms formed a tight wall between me and the studio windows, blocking my view every time I tried to film Nora. The piano teacher kept glancing over at me nervously, pausing the lesson every few minutes to check on the kids. The worst part? Nora noticed. After class, the other girls turned away when she tried to show them the sticker she'd earned for practicing. That night, she climbed into my bed, Hannah's old keychain in her hand, and asked me why the other kids didn't want to be her friend. I held her, my throat tight with grief and anger, and told her it had nothing to do with her. By week 3, the music school director cornered me in the lobby after class, flanked by 2 of the moms who'd been leading the whispers. She told me over a dozen parents had filed complaints about a man filming children in the piano studio. She demanded I stop recording immediately, leave the viewing area, and wait outside during lessons like other fathers do. When I tried to explain that the videos were for Hannah's parents, who live in Japan and can't travel to see her, she cut me off. She threatened to call the police if I didn't comply right then. That's when I snapped. I unlocked my phone, pulled up the video I'd just taken, Nora, playing the exact lullaby Hana had written for her, using the same finger positions her mom had taught her before she died. Then I pulled up my photo gallery. Hana performing at Carnegie Hall, our wedding photo where she'd played the piano down the aisle, her obituary from 7 months prior, listing her as a beloved concert pianist and teacher. Then I pulled up the weekly video calls with Hannah's parents, their faces lighting up as they listened to Nora play. I told them about the promise I'd made Hana on her deathbed, that I'd make sure Nora learned to play the piano, that she'd never forget how much her mom loved music. I asked them if they really wanted to be the ones to tell a grieving 6-year-old she couldn't play the piano like her mom anymore, all because they'd made a cruel, lazy assumption about a single dad. The director's face went white. The 2 moms behind her stepped back, their mouths hanging open. The next morning, the music school sent an email to every family, announcing a new inclusive family policy and mandatory sensitivity training for all staff and parents. 2 families pulled their kids out in protest. 9 new families signed up for lessons after our story made the local news. The teacher now saves a front row seat for me at every lesson, and the school named their annual student recital after Hana. The mom who'd pulled her daughter close the first day brought me a CD of Hana's old performances last week, sat down next to me, and apologized, tears in her eyes, saying she'd taken lessons from Hana as a kid and was ashamed of how she'd acted. Nora made 3 new best friends at the school. Last week, she played her lullaby for the whole studio, and afterward whispered that she thought Mommy was listening. I know she was.